Hi everyone! Welcome to STEAM Club. I'm Mr. Hall, and today I'm going to show you how you can make animal artwork using leaves. You can watch what I do and follow along to make the same animals that I do, or you can use leaves to make your own creative works. Alright, let's get started by going out into my yard and seeing what I can find. Before you choose your plants, make sure to ask for permission if you're getting them from someone's yard. Also, remember to be able to identify what plant you're using by asking a parent or looking in a book so that you make sure you don't touch something dangerous, like poison ivy. Alright, as you're deciding which plants to use, try to imagine what your animal looks like and what leaves sort of resemble parts of that animal. I've already come outside to look around, so I've got my trees in mind for which leaves I'm going to take. First tree I'm going to is this one. It's a pomegranate tree that's growing here. Let's see, I'm going to need to pick 2 leaves. Now, something else to remember when going to pick your leaves is to keep in mind the size of the plant. For a big plant, you can pick several leaves, but for a smaller one, if you pick leaves, you might end up damaging it. So I've got big, healthy trees right here, so I'm going to pick some leaves. Alright, I'll need 2 that are similar in size. So I think I'll pick 2 from here. 1 and 2. Alright, next thing I'll need is 1 large leaf, and I think that this will be very good. Do you know what tree this is? Yep, this is a loquat tree. And I want a medium-sized leaf from this loquat tree. So I think I will pick this one. What other trees do I have in my yard? Here's a tree that you've probably seen before. Do you know what it's called? It's a Brazilian pepper. At a certain time of year, it'll have a lot of red berries on it, so it's easy to tell. Alright, for this tree, I think I will pick 2 leaves once again. Oh, I ended up getting 3. Okay, I'll figure out something to do with the 3rd one later. And my final plant that I'm going to is right here. Do you know what this plant is called? It's called a nasturtia. You can find them all over growing wild. Sometimes with little bugs on them. So for this one, I'm going to pick this round leaf. Alright. So I'm picking fresh leaves, but you could also go out and pick leaves that have fallen off the tree and turned brown. They might be a little bit more brittle for what we're about to do though. So maybe you would just like to use something that's on the ground that's turning yellow instead. Alright, it's up to you if you want to pick your leaves or use ones that have already fallen. Alright, now that I've gotten my leaves, I'm going to head inside and start my project. Let's go. Okay, this craft is fairly easy to do. You'll need just a few things. 1, a flat table. 2, a piece of paper. You can either use a completely brand new piece of paper, or like me, I'm using a scrap piece of paper to help the environment. You'll need some crayons, and you will need some leaves that you just picked. Oh, and most important of all, you'll need your imagination. Alright, I've got an idea of what animals I want to do, so let's get started. First thing you'll need to do is get one of your leaves. You'll want to get it as flat as possible, so for this one, where it has the stem underneath, I'm just going to pick that off, and I'm going to put it underneath my piece of paper. Alright, and I'm going to push down fairly hard. Now, what I'll need next is a crayon. I want to use something that's a darker green for this. Let's see. Yep, this is kind of light, but I might be able to use that later. Yep, I think this green will work. Alright, so let's give it a try. You might want to have a quick peek underneath to make sure that you're coloring over your leaf. and try to stay as on the leaf as possible so that when you're pressing down, you can see all of the veins that are going to come through. All right, let's see. Can you see the veins appearing? Kind of like a spider web. All right, I'm trying to keep the shape of my leaf, which is round in this case. All right. Okay, that's my first leaf done. I did a little bit smaller, but that's good enough to get an idea of what I'm going for. Oh, and one other thing is that I realized I would need another bunch of small leaves. So I went outside really quick and I got one from an Indian laurel tree. All right. The thing about using small leaves, however, is that sometimes the veins aren't very well defined. So you might want to try a tree that has very thick lines in it. But anyway, let's go ahead. I'm going to put that as close to my circle as possible. Get out my other green. It's got the shape I want, but the veins aren't really coming through. Oh well. Okay, I'm going to need to do this 4 times. And as I'm doing this, can you guess what animal I'm trying to make? Okay, let's do one up here. Have it lined up right. Once more on this side. Make sure it's lined up. And there we go. All right. That's 4. For the next one I want to do, the plant that I picked that had 3, I'm just going to go ahead and break the center one off. And I'll stick it right here underneath so that part of it is under the circle that I did before. Some is sticking out. And now, checking underneath, I'll do this bigger leaf, like so. This time, with this leaf, you can see the veins a little bit more if you go up close. Not sure if you can see on the video just yet, so I'll bring it a little closer. See. Alright, what animal did I make? Yep, I made a turtle. My scene is going to be set underwater. Alright, so my turtle is done. Even though I'm not that great of an artist, I'm kind of impressed with it. Alright, so my next one, I'm going to use this loquat leaf. What am I going to make this time? Well, let's go to look at my crayons next. I'm going to pick, what's this one? Cornflower, it says. Well, it looks like a blue, and I wanted a blue, so I'm using this blue. All right, loquat leaves are nice because they've got nice thick veins. So let's match it up right and start coloring. Nice. Okay, and I will try to keep the shape my loquat leaf once again, because I picked this one specifically for its shape. All right. Not bad. Next, I'll take the leaf that I broke into two. I'm going to put that towards the end of my artwork, making sure to line it up right. All right, and let's color them. Getting an idea of what I'm making yet? Veins aren't coming out too clear, but what about the animal I'm drawing? What am I making? All right, next I'm going to use the pomegranate leaves that I picked before. I'll put them up towards the front, and I'll just move my other leaves over so that they're not getting in the way. I should have done that before. That's probably why that one came out a little not as flat as it should have been. Okay. Lining this up. Okay. One thing I'm finding is if I press down too hard, sometimes it doesn't come out that well. So I should just do it more lightly. All right, that's one. Let's try this side. Ooh. Like I said before, I'm not an artist, but I'm liking how this is coming out. I'm having fun. All right, that's the most important thing. All right. What have I made, you guys? It's my blue whale. Ah, cool. So I've got my turtle, I've got my blue whale. So, even though I'm not a very good artist, you guys might be, so maybe you can make something even better. I had fun doing this, and there are so many other animals that you can make. I made a whale and a turtle, but you can make a butterfly, you can make a lion. It's all up to your imagination. So, I'd love to see what you guys end up making. So after you're done, take some pictures with your parents and send them to me, Mr. Hall. I'll have my email address on the screen and you can show me what you did. Thank you very much for joining joining STEAM Club this month, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Take care, everybody. Bye.